Okay, so for our water supply lines, as you can see here, I have added a couple of notes here that would pertain to the plumbing contractor. And this is just some of the things I had already mentioned about clearly labeling on your plan that the plumbing contractor is responsible to make sure everything is installed correctly, and that everything is adhering to the applicable codes. So I like to put those on there just to kind of cover my bases. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and freeze or lock our walls here. And I'll go ahead and lock these fixtures as well. And let's go ahead and draw some of the lines just as we did in our 3D model. So we had our inlet coming in from this area. So I'm going to just draw a line coming out from there, and let's go ahead and match properties to my lines over here, my cold water, and I'm going to go ahead and create some P lines out of this. So here, this would be the inlet to our shutoff. So we'll have a shutoff over here, and what I like to do to show that it's going vertical is I'm going to draw a line at a 45-degree angle, and let's go ahead and match properties again. Let's go ahead and this is by layer, so let's go ahead and hit that by layer, and we'll go ahead and match properties, and there we'll have we'll branch off to our cold water. So we know that one of them is going to go back to the water heater to supply our hot water, and the other line is going to go to is going to be supplying the rest of the cold water in the house. So here we will show that this is going to go over here to our washer, and then we're going to come down here, and this will supply our line over here, which actually, let's see, I may want to do this a little bit different. Let's see how we did it in our model. So we did have it coming here, coming down, and turning again. So let's go back to our CAD plan, and we will show it coming down here, and we'll show it turning. It doesn't really need to be behind a wall or anything like that, but we will show it doing that turn over here for our sink. So now I'm going to copy these 45-degree lines that I had, and we'll put one here for our water heater. We'll put one here for our cold water, and one to the side of our water closet for the cold there. And we know we need one here, and I believe that is it. I just push them into the wall. Actually, let's go ahead and draw a line down here. And again, it does not have to be completely accurate, because we know that fixtures are going to be slightly different. So these lines are going to be flexible or adjustable enough that they'll be able to move them wherever they need them. And I'm just going to show this, that this is popping out on the opposite side of the wall there. And I believe that's about it for the cold water lines. Let's add this one for the sink. And let's do one for the washer over here. We'll just extend it up, and we will copy over this 45-degree line here. And I believe that's about it. I'm going to move this on this side, and I believe that's it. So now what I want to do is I'm going to copy over some text, and we'll go ahead and label some of these items, and we'll do just like how we did in our 3D model. And I think that's about it. Okay, so let's go here. This is going to be our sink. This is our tub shower. This is the water closet. This is our lav, our ice maker for the refrigerator. and our washer. And another thing we wanted to do is we're going to go ahead and label a shutoff over here, that there will be a shutoff located here. And we will label this as the inlet. And I think that's about it. So we have the inlet coming in, and this is going to be coming and supplying our hot water there. So now what I want to do is I'm going to copy over all these lines that I just created, and I'm going to duplicate it for our hot water, but I know I'm going to have to adjust some of it. Actually, we could probably just copy the ones we know we're going to duplicate, and we will do this one as well, and I'm going to just slightly offset it from the other one, and right there. And now I'm going to match properties with our hot water line, the line type over here, and we'll go ahead and just hit all our hot water lines. And then we know that we are going to be feeding off a hot water line for our dishwasher over here. And I'm going to copy this, and we'll just place it over here. Use the fill command to copy that. Just make it a little smaller. And let's copy over some text, which we should already have most of our text already done here. So that's for our dishwasher. Ice maker, so now we know we have hot and cold. The ice maker only needs a cold. So the washer, we have our hot and cold. And I'm just going to adjust this line here, show that it's coming from our water here. And that should be it. So that is pretty much all we really need to do. I don't need to, well, actually what I could do here is I'm going to change the width of this to 1 inch, and we could go ahead and make it look like 1 inch all around. And what I'm doing is making sure that it's a polyline. And I may have to adjust some. I should have made them all polylines, but I didn't. And it says yes. Let's make it join to all of these. Yes. See if we can match the properties. There it goes. And another way I could do this is I'm just going to copy it over and hit width 1 inch, enter. And we know that we're going to go 1 inch from here to here to here, and then it stops. So I'm not trying to label all the widths of the diameters of my water lines here, but I think it is important to know as we draw and design water plumbing plans that we should know those things. But ultimately, the plumbing contractor will know how many lines he can feed off of from what type of diameter supply line. So I would not put those on plans. And if you do put them on, then make sure that it's going to be correct. But just a simple diagram like this usually is sufficient. And I think I messed this up here. Yep, sure did. Did that wrong. And you probably saw that and were screaming. So here we go. Let's fix this. And there's our dishwasher. And let's go ahead and adjust this. And I do not want this to be a fillet like that. So let's hit fillet radius to 0. And let's try this again. There it goes. All right. And let's draw a P line again. And we know that we're coming 1 inch through here. 1 inch, 1 inch, and 1 inch to that point. And we know we want this to be that red color. So I'm going to match that. There we go. Okay. So that's pretty much it. That's all we need to show when we're doing a plumbing diagram or a water supply plan. This should be sufficient for any contractor to look at it and know. If we want, we can add some dimensions. We could give them some general dimensions for the lengths that they're running. But again, you may or may not want to do this because you just never know exactly how they're going to run it. So just be careful. It will be printed out to scale, so they will be able to measure things and figure out the location of things. So there you have it. So that is a water supply plan. So now the next thing we are going to do is the drainage plan. So now let's move on to that lesson now.